Having a Kundali in your pocket, in your phone, in your tablet will come handy, because whenever there is a transit and you are watching such videos, you can directly go to your horoscope and check how it is related to your own horoscope. How is the Dasha Mahadasha right now running in your life? And for that you can book a Kundali PDF report, which is an elaborate report, a system generated 300 plus pages report, which caters to your need of all the astrology data. It feeds you with not only your basic charts but also detailed Shodash work chart, divisional charts, all the types of Dasha, Mahadasha, Antardashas, and also an overview of 10 years of your life with current year predictions. This gives you a great guidance and a bird's eye view of your life in the future, how the future holds for you, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to take that step that you are thinking of. So book your Kundali PDF today and keep the destiny in your own hands. You will get a bonus numerology section if you book our detailed Kundali PDF. For more types of PDF reports catering to different yogas, catering to all the 20-year analysis, 10-year analysis, check out the website. Now for Taurus ascendant, the first earth zodiac sign, Saturn becoming direct in the sign of Pisces is actually good for your income. It stabilizes your 11th house, it gives you a lot of positive motivation. It kind of manages the income coming your way and it clears off the negativity that is stopping you from actually earning money, from getting profit, from actually getting the labh. That means not just the monetary labh, but the karmic gains. With Purva Bhadrapada energies of Saturn stabilizing, with Jupiter entering your second house, financial success is bound to come. This is going to be a very, very positive time for people who are involved in logistics, navy, anything that is connected with fisheries, overseas trade, shipping and shipping consignments. With Saturn aspecting your ascendant, this is going to create a tremendous transformation also. The people around you will influence you. So if you have right people around you, you will see that you will get motivated, things will become positive and you will move in the right direction. Saturn will also aspect your 8th house, and therefore your income or the money or the gain that you will have will also help you stabilize and cushion the impact of anything negative. So it's not just that Saturn is comforting you, it is buffering you. It is more like a shock suspension, you can say shock absorber, the suspension of the bike that absorbs all the shock. So it may, so just like the shock absorber, you can't press it with your own hand because you don't apply enough force, but given the opportunity when the force is very high, the same shock absorber the spring will compress and will save you. That is the nature of this Saturn. And definitely with Shani being positive in the 11th house, people who are your well-wishers will come in your support, people will stand for you, and your networking with meaningful people will also improve. People who are in the labor management, people who are in the logistics, people who are in the securities will also see great career growth. For Virgo ascendant, Saturn is going to be positive in the 7th house. It kind of creates a very stable atmosphere in the marriage, although after a lot of sacrifice. So, it is more like after so much of struggle, after so much of hard work, one final day has come where things are relatively stable, things are relatively calmer. And from the perspective of business or marriage, things are moving, although slowly, but in a positive direction. With Saturn aspecting the 4th house and the ascendant, it definitely controls 75% of your Kendra Bhav, it controls 75% of your life. It rules the 5th house also, it rules 6th house also. So naturally, the circumstances will keep on reminding you about your problems and about your abilities. They will keep on telling you what you can do, what you cannot do. So do not become misled, do not be misinformed, and do not be in any kind of assumption. Saturn is going to talk reality, and you should accept the reality the way it is. Yes, there will always be a scope of improvement, but if a fish thinks it can climb a tree, then that's not going to happen. So that reality check Saturn is going to give you, and if you are practical enough, Virgo will see a great life in the next few months. And even if you have a very negative Saturn, or if you have a Saturn Moon conjunction, if you surround yourself with environment of yoga, sadhana, visit an ashram, you will see the setup that you will create for yourself will have a profound impact on your life. One remedy I will definitely give is maintain discipline in the matters related to business, and go slow, taking one step at a time. For Capricorn, your ascendant lord is Saturn, with Shani Dev being in the 3rd house. This is, and definitely direct Saturn is good. It kind of stabilizes your sacrifices, what you do for others. You realize your limitation. You realize what is best for others and best for you. And this segregation, this prioritization of the self is also much needed. With Saturn being in the 3rd house, and if you're working in railways or if you're applying for railways, this is going to be a very good time. Also, if you're a charcoal artist, tattoo artist, if you're in the salon industry, if you're a hairstylist, this is definitely going to be a very good time for you. Now Saturn in the 3rd house, when it stabilizes in the month of December, do not forget that Mars is combust. Mars is combust in your 11th house. And Jupiter is getting retrograde, falling back to your 6th house. So duty is more than anything. Do not try to switch jobs unless you really know what you're doing. Do not try to start something new unless you have a foolproof plan of everything. This is the time to remain cautious. This is the time to go slow. 3rd house Saturn always means that your hands are full of responsibility, and you may have to discard few of them or lose some opportunity because you really don't have the capacity. So if you work within your capacity and slowly increase, I think this Saturn will help you. But if you try to bite more than you can chew, you are definitely going to choke on your own aspirations. For Gemini, Saturn is in the 10th house. A 10th house Saturn which is stable in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra in the month of December is actually very good, and it counters the negativity of combust Mars, the presence of the Sun, which is your 3rd lord, in the 6th house. Now this is definitely going to create some challenges and some stuck up situation in your career, but right now what my recommendation is that if you feel that your career is giving you enough, do not try to create any more variable. Don't try to switch, don't try to change, don't try to destabilize something that is already working. If it is working, let it be. Jupiter is going to enter your ascendant on 5th of December, and then Jupiter will be retrograding till March. So at least for the month of December, Jupiter has its blessing on your ascendant, giving you opportunities to rethink about yourself, rethink about your potential, rethink about your abilities. And Saturn in the 10th house may make you realize that a lot of aspirations that you had may not be really possible. Saturn will make you practical, it will make you accept the practicality and decide on what is right and what is wrong. So career wise, it's going to be a time of a lot of introspection and maybe some steps backward. With Jupiter aspecting the 7th house and Saturn aspecting the 12th house, for people who are entrepreneurs and people who are businessmen, will see potential rise in their profits. You will take the right decision, maybe recall some of your products, maybe redo some of your designs, or maybe just scrap some of the plans that you already have in motion, and maybe you will go back to the drawing board and start something again. Whatever happens, Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra also shows that you are confident in taking that leap of faith. You are actually moving in the right direction, with right pace, with right mindset. This is the time when you should not test your luck, because automatically 8th Lord being in the 10th house in Purva Bhadrapada shows that you are already doing enough sacrifices and changes definitely in the future, in the near future. But as of now, as of this month, don't try to introduce any change unless you already know what you're doing or you have at least discussed with an astrologer. For Libra, this is going to be a Saturn in the 6th house. A 6th house Saturn reminds you of your responsibilities, the load that you carry and your limitations. So you are definitely going to re-evaluate your role, your capacity, and you will see that you are going to value your health, and this is a good thing. So Libra is going to do what it's best known for, to create work-life balance. Now Mars may not allow you to do so. Mars may create financial crisis, or you may see unknown problem in the future. You have that anticipation and you really want to work really hard. See, Saturn is hard work, but also a work that is worthy of your time. Saturn being in Purva Bhadrapada shows that if you are disciplined and if you are having a positive Jupiter and Saturn in your birth chart, this will give you good role recognition, and in the job and service industry it will give you great promotion, something that is good for your future. But if Saturn is negative, if you are below 20 years of age, then you may just waste your time scrolling reels, just watching random stuff, or simply killing the time. If you kill the time, time will kill you in the future. Not literally, but yeah, you understand what I'm saying. With Saturn being in Purva Bhadrapada, direct, stable in the sign of Pisces, in trine with Mars, which is in your 2nd house, this is affecting your Dhana trine. With the finances getting impacted, this is the time to focus on cutting down on the debt and not take any further debt, not use credit card in this particular month of December unless it's absolutely needed. Saturn is aspecting 8th house, so it can reduce your assets also. It can reduce your return on investment also. So my recommendation here will be, if you are dealing with matters related to wealth, if you are into banking and finance, if you are doing asset management, or if you want to invest in stocks, value every single rupee, every single dollar, every single penny. If you value it, Saturn will value your time. Otherwise, you will end up doing the same thing again and again. You may also not get the compensation for the time that you have invested in work. So be also mindful. Keep your contracts clear. Keep all the terms well predefined and well informed, and that will also save you from any critical time problems. With Saturn in the 6th house for Libra, this is something which is going to also remind you of your job, your responsibility, and if you are looking for a job change, this can help you. For Aquarius, this is going to be Saturn in the 2nd house. Stable 2nd house Saturn is good for money. It reduces the outgoing, it increases the incoming for the wealth. Your ascendant lord and your 12th lord, when it becomes stable, you become stable. 2nd house is the house of security. It makes you financially secure, it makes you kind of stable, it makes you settle down. And yes, you will have to let go of a lot of things, but it helps you how to let go of those emotions, of those toxic traumas that you carry. Any childhood burden, any trauma that you have from the previous life or childhood will be cleared. So it's a very good time for doing karmic therapies, karmic remedies, and puja related to your 6th house lord, because that releases the negativity of the horoscope. Although you may have some dental problems, and for that you must go to the doctor and not ignore it. This is also the time when you have to be very careful about the food that you eat, especially vitamin D, calcium. These things can affect your body. So be alert, be careful with micro as well as micronutrients. Saturn aspecting the 4th house also shows that you may have an intent to settle down, buying a property, by selling something. Don't do. Avoid the month of December for any real estate investment unless you have already done it, planned it, and you have actually invested your money. If you want to start from scratch, avoid December month. Now for Aquarius, Mars is in the 10th house. Mars is entwined with Saturn in the 2nd. So this may create some level of fear of missing out, especially from the career perspective, and you may end up trying to push your career. Nothing wrong as long as you're doing within limits and you are just trying it out. If you try too much, it won't fetch you any result. It won't give you anything. It will just be a drag, and that will irritate you. Overall, Saturn in the 2nd house is positive. It makes your life more easy. Just go with the flow and take one step at a time.